Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish. Welcome back this weekend to the next episode of Icewind Dale. When last we left, we were actually a floor down. We had just encountered an undead lieutenant, some necromancer speaking through him, but we actually came back up to the previous floor of Dragon's Eye because I didn't want to forget this section over here. We were kind of rushing through here, and this last video was very combat heavy, and so I wanted to come back here and make certain that we could see this area, but I just kind of skipped over it, and there is some story stuff there, so I wanted to go back and make certain that I got that and didn't leave you all hanging. Ah, see, and that is why. There we go. There's got a lot going on here. We got to get all these trolls down, as well as these priests, and then make sure, of course, that they stay down. Ooh. Sam's getting beaten up. These trolls continue to hit very hard. Alright, well, let's head right over here. We'll have good old Hatheland see if he can get them all. Uh-oh, one of them managed to regenerate before we got him down. Wasn't quick enough on the draw. That's alright, we know the solution to that, right? Where are her fire arrows? There we go. Ta-da! No problems there. Go ahead and refill that for her. And these Talonite priests, those are the folks, of course, that we came down here to find. So, a magic item. Wonderful. Plenty of cash, and quite a bit of valuable armor and stuff as well. And we've got lots of space to carry it, so we're going to go ahead and we'll divide some of this up. I don't want you moving anywhere. Actually, I want to make sure, yeah, we don't want Motmic overloaded, of course, because he is the guy that's got to pick all of those locks and open all of those chests for us. And now, who is this friendly NPC? Aha. So, you may recall from back in Kuldahar that when we went to the Temple of Ilmater, they mentioned that one of the priests had been abducted and no one knew where she had gone. They assumed that she had been taken by the monsters, but of course they didn't know if she was alive or dead, if she would be coming back, if she'd been eaten. Who knows? So now we have found her. This is Mother Egenia. We'll have Sam go over and talk to her, priest to priest.
Thank you for saving me from the Talonites, but I would have gladly endured their ritual to prevent them from harming the innocents. I'm Egenia, a mistress of Ilmater, or a priestess of Ilmater from Kuldahar. When I learned that people were being abducted from our town, I decided to go into the mountains and wait for these vermin to come take me.
Oh boy. So yes, here we go, 72,000 experience points we did not want to miss out on, because now Kuldahar will have Egenia back, and we saved some more villagers as well. So it wasn't just those on the other side, there's a separate group here. There we go. So yes, Kalyana told us about her. People from Kuldahar, we already know that. And she will watch over us while we rest, too. She's not leaving immediately. So yes, Kalyana told us about you.
Oh, she always worries about me without reason. She should have been worrying about the other people who were abducted. They are located to the southeast. The children are kept in a separate cave. There were some trolls guarding them. I'm not sure if they are there now.
What were these priests of Telona doing? Because that's who we came after here.
The priests and their reptilian allies seized me as I wandered in the mountains. They were about to sacrifice me to Telona in hopes that their foul god would grant them power for their deed.
Well, you do that.
I will remain here until you have removed the source of the suffering that Culdahar has been subjected to. I hope and pray that you will deliver our town from the terrible things lurking in this place.
So she will find her own way home a little bit later. In the meantime, very appropriately, Sam is the one who's leveled up. Awesome. So, oh, hey, there we go. Just like last time. These riches. So, level 3, level 4 priest spell slots. Wonderful. Some hit points. He's been getting beaten up a lot, so I feel like that's very timely. Let's see. It's time for him to get a ranged weapon, I believe, now. So he's already got sword and shield style, of course. He's got mace, flail, and morning star. So the only ranged weapon he can use as a priest back in this older edition of Dungeons & Dragons is, in fact, the sling. So we already know that that's the case. We're just going to go ahead and plop that in. And he has a sling, which we can now, there we go, give to him. And he does not have any bullets. We are going to take some of Keishara's and give, there we go, over to him, just in case he needs some. He'll have a little bit of ammunition. Of course, we're going to keep him using the Morning Star most of the time, but that way he's got a ranged weapon if it becomes necessary, because you never know. And awesome, it also looks like Sanne leveled up. That's great. Pickpocket skill is now at 100. Great. Those saving throws, better to hit, 3rd level spells, and of course, most important thing for our purposes, that lore. Let's see. Okay, here we go. 3rd level spells. He's got a Holy Smite. That worked pretty well before. Cure medium wounds, cure disease. Favor of ill matter. Feel like he needs a good buff. Maybe remove paralysis and remove curse. Probably not bad ideas, because ghouls can paralyze you. And so we've been running into a lot of undead, a lot of evil priests. That means curses and paralysis are going to be a thing. Let's, we know we've been running into ghouls. Let's start with a remove paralysis. He'll have it if he needs it. 4th level spells, of course, he's got a neutralize poison. And we looked last time about some of our options. Cure serious wounds is definitely up there. Either that or protection from evil. I'm kind of feeling that one because we've got a lot of group fights coming up. We'll do that for now.
I'm on it.
Let's see. Captive villagers. See if any of them will talk to us. Oh, this guy's putting on a big show, huh? See if any of these people in particular maybe want to talk to us. This is a lot of villagers. I mean, considering how many people we've seen in Culdahar and the size of the place, this is just a lot of people. This seems like most of the town. So, of course, it means that it's no wonder that everyone who's left was spending most of their time in the tavern drinking. There we go. And then here are some children in their separate cave. And now, we've done all of this. This mysterious structure here is not really explained. It's just like sort of a temple in the caverns. No big deal, right? There we go. So now we will hasten back down to the 3rd level. It almost looks like you can go that way, but you actually can't. This whole section is quite separate. That is, presumably, to guide you down here in case you come over here first at dead end, so that you know, once you've completed this quest, you have to go back to the other side. But we'll head back down here, and we will continue on in our search for exactly what the heck is going on. Because the Heartstone Gem is still down here somewhere. We haven't found it yet. And we know that's important. Astrid is not moving as fast as she should be because she's trapped in here in the formation. Alright. Make certain we don't have to worry about doing that again. And now we have a whole nother level to explore. More of these awful snake statues as well. Yeah. We're just going to let them kind of come to us. Because there are a lot of them. And we're going to be finding quite a bit of treasure. Which no one is upset about, I'm certain. Oh, that's right. We need to identify these things, though, don't we? Let's see. Give this magic bow over to her. High quality bolts. Ah, there we go. Wonderful for him. Here we go. More arrows of fire. Wonderful. Increase that stack. Because, of course, we've been using those on those trolls, so that's going to be really important. A short bow +1. I believe Hatheland already has one of those. Yes. So that's just free cash. Which, of course, is also great. Now this is the first time we found something like this. A Holy Chaos deck. Holy Chaos with an exclamation point. So, Holy Chaos is a little-known card game played between priests of chaotic gods. Timorans and Umberlites are particularly fond of it. 4 suits are Smiling Ladies, Black Bessies, Storm Queens, and Joybringers. Those are, let's see, for Timora, Umberly, that seems like Lyra, I think, maybe? And perhaps that might be either Sunni or Sharess, respectively. The rules, quote-unquote, of the game are extremely complex, revised every year in an edict by the Church of Beshaba, who is the god of, she's the goddess of bad luck and curses. So, yes. Okay, so Smiling Ladies, that's going to be Timora. Winners of annual tournaments receive magical versions of the deck, such as this one. The decks are despised by the churches of Tyr and Helm because they are lawful gods. Casts a random beneficial spell centered on the user. Not usable by lawful alignments. Now, this is an interesting item because I've never seen it before. This is new to me, especially the exclamation mark there. I believe that this is a feature of the Enhanced Edition. Normally, I think the item that you would find here would be a blur deck, which does not have a limited number of uses, but it has a cooldown. Like, you can only use it 1 or 2 times per day, and it casts blur on the user. So it's sort of like a much weaker version of a deck of illusions. This is still cool, though. A random beneficial spell is nothing to shake a stick at. Nothing to turn up your nose at. Why do I keep mixing my metaphors like that? So we will hang on to that. We'll find someone to give that to here. Let's see. First, though, we're going to explore a little bit more of this level because there's a lot to go. Ah, another one of these. I am impressed.
You managed to pass my first legion. It took me several months to amass that force.
Sorry, stupid. Couldn't care less about your plans for world conquest. So this is kind of a neutral or evil answer, perhaps. This is very neutral. Just like we're not having this conversation. Should we taunt him? Maybe. And I can't remember. I feel like maybe taunting him spawns more monsters on the level. Perhaps that might be a thing, but I might be making that up in my head too. I'm not sure. That's what I would do if I was a necromancer, you know, or a game developer, which is almost the same thing. Let's see. This is Hatheland talking, since he's out in front, I think, so we'll just be like, nah, no, we're not doing this.
You will pay for your arrogance, whelp. The old enemy will suffer for sending you here.
The old enemy? Whomst? Or, why were you and Lysanne freezing the passes? Implying that they're teamed up, of course. Let's see if we can get him to answer.
Lysanne, that twit. If she had known the truth of the matter, she never would have allied with us. We don't seek to freeze the Dale. We seek to restore it to its proper form, full of life, warmth, and black, black blood flowing for my goddess.
Proper form?
Long ago, before our people lived in this world, it was a steaming jungle, where serpents and other creatures of venom thrived. We seek a return to that time for the glory of Talona and her allies. Now I believe I have educated you enough for today. I have business to attend to. Farewell.
Well, we've got business to attend to also. Our business is destroying you. More of these guys. They deal ice damage, and it's not a good time. Keishara. Ooh. Oh no.
Agreed.
Retreat. There we go. Okay. Man, these guys are kind of hard to hit. Here, let's do some melee. Since they're back here in the back ranks anyway. There we go. Goodness gracious. And out of all of that, there were only 2 long swords. Oh, bastard swords. Well, that makes a lot more sense in context, doesn't it? I'm not even going to pick those up because they will sell for a bit, but not like a huge amount. And there's going to be better treasure that we need to save room for. Oh, more of them. There you go. You ranged fighters concentrate on one while the melee fighters take another one. There we go. Nice. Oh, more of them, of course.
You just tell me what you need.
I need for you to shoot that skeleton.
I'm on it.
Y'all, why are you moving like so close? There we go. Now shoot it. Shoot him!
Sounds good to me.
Oh my gosh, y'all are taking so long between shots. And that skeleton's actually pretty fast. There we go.
Agreed.
Oh, that's why. It's because that was an undead lieutenant again. I thought it was a blast skeleton. I need to pay attention to my text down there at the bottom, obviously. There's the blast skeleton.
I'm ready.
There we go. Now see, that's an appropriate strategy. You can hear them, they're still coming. Oh my goodness.
We'll see about that.
I'm here.
Done.
Archers to the front. Phew-wee. Alright. Now let's circle back around here. Our paths are kind of diverging.
I'm on it.
Its cold whites are nasty. They're worth a lot, though. Look at that. 2,800 a pop. I am not unhappy about that. Oh, that's a blast skeleton. Oh, getting a little bit better at that. They've not caught us in one of those yet. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oof. Okay, well.
Agreed.
Obviously we need to be searching for traps down here too. My goodness gracious. People getting shot with darts? Exploding skeletons? Ha-ha.
Done.
There we go.
I'm on it.
We'll go this way. This goes back the way that we came. Oh my gosh. Motmic. My guy, you gotta spot him quicker than that. Okay, well it's back to this then, I guess. There's quite a few down here, it seems like. That is back around. Okay, good. We've made a full circuit then. So now it's down to Goblin Town. Yes, indeed. Spooky, scary skeletons. Everywhere. 'Tis the season, right? What is this? This is the 9th of second Halloween, I believe. Ooh, multiple blast skeletons.
I'm on it.
Don't care for that. I'm trying to conserve our spells so we don't have to rest as much. That's the first time that we've had 2 of those, though.
Sounds good to me.
Where'd the other one go? He was right there.
I shall see you to your grave.
Shoo-wee. There we go. That won't do a whole lot of damage, but the fact that there's lots of them, you know, means that it adds up very quickly.
Right then.
Which, of course, is part of the point of the undead. It's kind of like in 3rd edition and in games like Pathfinder, the undead seem to be more of a an issue of quality over quantity. But in newer games like 5th edition, it goes back to this, like let's just swarm them under. So another one of these guys. Again, I grow tired of feeding you scraps of bone and flesh. Little by little, you whiny tramp. So I'm tired of being forced to stay in this God's Forsaken Dale. We're just about even. Well, this is Mont Mick. So, little by little, you whiny tramp. If that's how I have to take you apart, so be it.
I'm listening. Agreed.
Woo! Oh, let's see if Keishara can... This seems like a great place for a fireball. Well, that was a huge waste. I aimed that very poorly. Let's try one a little bit closer. Oh, there's some blast skeletons in there. That second fireball was a little bit better, but I don't feel good about that because I wasted the first one almost entirely. And then immediately cast the second one, so now she doesn't have any. And we finally got hit by a blast skeleton. Well, that was going to happen eventually. Like, sooner or later. Shoo! There we go. We had a couple of level ups, though. Not bad. Astrid, good. Okay, Thaco reduced by 1, 13 hit points, wonderful. Mont Mick. Looks like, yeah, okay, he leveled up in Fighter. Awesome. Better saving throws, more Thaco, more hit points. Love it. You love to see it. Speaking of Mont Mick, let's have him scout ahead just a little bit. Ooh. Is that a blast skeleton? Yep. Well, come on. There we go. Looking for traps. There we go. See, I knew that there'd be some. They must just be pretty well hidden because, of course, he's gotten fairly skilled at finding them. But it's taken him a minute. And, of course, when it takes longer periods of time, what that actually means is that he's having to make multiple dice rolls in the mechanics of the game in order to actually spot the trap successfully. As he runs around it in circles, he's getting additional chances. Okay. Well, we did all of that area. Okay, let's go down here in this bottom corner then. Nothing? Okay, I guess this was just a staging area for some monsters. Yep. Alright then. That means it's time to start going back over this way. There's kind of like an underground river over here. You can see the steam coming off the water. So we'll do this whole, like, side of it. This coast, if you will. Oh boy. There we go. You explode over there, jerk. Don't do it where we're at. Oops. Oh, and Astrid just broke 100 hit points. That's a big deal. Ah. You are truly a powerful being to have dispatched my forces so readily. I will use caution when I destroy you. Well, that won't help you. I'll still win, says Astrid. Loser. Hiding behind all of these undead monsters. Face me yourself. Ooh. A totem of skulls and small bones. Taken from who or what, I wonder. Okay, this seems like a great place for a trap. I don't remember if there is one here or not, so we're going to have Motmic play it smart. Very nervous. Aha! See, I knew I should trust my instincts. Oh.
I'm on it.
There we go. More of those guys.
Agreed.
What's this? Oh, a structure. Looks like masonry work walls, doesn't it? An imbued white. Oh yeah, those are the ones that can do magic. Oh boy. Let's see. How can we fight back? There we go. Keishara can use a little more magic. Let's get in there. Get them. Oh, there's a bunch. Poison zombies. Don't like that. Alright, Keishara. Time for a scorcher, I think.
I'm on it.
A stout sword and sturdy shield can take you far.
Ooh, think we're gonna have to switch to melee.
Here I come. The hells come with me.
There are quite a few.
I will do so.
Let's maneuver her around. Let's see if we can get a whole line of them.
Here I come. And the hells come with me.
Oh, don't take fire damage now.
I'm on it.
There we go. Well, that wasn't too terrible.
I'm here.
That was a heck of an ambush, though. Whew-wee. Let's see. Cure light wounds. Time for some healing. Alright, back to searching for traps. This guy means serious business. Another poison zombie. Ooh. Whomst? Prezio. Oh, that's the guy, I do believe. That's the fellow himself. Okay, well, time to set up our front line right here. There we go. We're going to shoot them as they come. There we go. We'll shoot at the ones in the back and let them take the ones in front here. Haha. Oh, ew. No. That can't be good.
Sounds good to me.
Ooh, I hate moving through that, but... Well. Goodbye, wizard.
Agreed.
Shoo! Let's get out of that spell, whatever it is. Oh my goodness gracious. Had quite a bit of stuff. Quite a bit of stuff. But that was our necromancer. So hopefully that means, aha, no more undead, but plenty of traps. There's one. There's one. And there's one. Motmic, star of the show tonight. Man, well oh, another one even. Okay. Well, that certainly makes up for earlier, because all of those would have been bad. Keishara has leveled up. Alright. Oh, level 5 spells. Wonderful. Let's see what she found here. Precio's robe. Yeah, Sanne's going to need to identify all that stuff, probably. Just because she's got a higher lore score. Did we find anything else magical that needs identifying? Ah, yes. This flail. Oh, okay, well, one thing at a time, then. Aravane's broadsword +2. Oh, that's right. So, yeah, we couldn't identify this before because Sanne's lore wasn't high enough, but she's leveled up since we found it. This broadsword used to belong to Aravane Blacksheaf, a wandering elf from Everesca. Made in 1221 DR by Everescan Greycloaks, it was unusual among his people who normally favor lighter swords. So it is a +2 broadsword. Proficiency type is longswords, that's one-handed. And in addition to that, +2 to save versus wands and +10% acid resistance. Very nice. Well, so I think that means... Yeah, that's a longsword +1. Longsword of Confusion +2. So since she's already got the +2, I guess that's going to go to Hatheland. Indeed, that is an upgrade for him. Especially because longswords deal 1d8 +1 damage. This is 2d4 +2. It is slightly slower, but I think that the benefits far outweigh that little bit of a drawback. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Let's see this. Prezio's dagger +2. Obviously only for ceremonial functions, as her unholy vows prohibited her from using edged weapons in combat. She received this weapon as a gift upon attaining the rank of Most Debilitating Holiness. The blade has been enchanted to make it especially sharp and venomous. Okay, so she was not actually a wizard. She was a cleric of Talona, I think. The target must save versus poison, or take 1 damage per second for 8 seconds. 1d4 +2 speed factor 0. Okay, so that might be better than this one. Because Spine Sheath, yeah, this is just a +1. It's +5 to hit. That's a rough choice, y'all. What do you think? That one is... This one is +3 less to hit, but it's an additional damage, and it's faster, plus there's poison. And it requires a saving throw every single time. So it's not like those phasing weapons we found where there's just a percentile chance that it will happen. It's every time you successfully hit them, they take poison damage if they don't save. So that's ongoing damage, too. Man, I'm kind of feeling this one over that one. What do y'all think? I mean, he's not going to use it all the time anyway. But I'm kind of feeling this one. I think if there's no objections, we'll go ahead and trade those out. That is a nasty weapon, but I mean, Motmic's a nasty guy. If he needs to get into a fight, then he needs everything he can get. This, a necromancer's robe. Yes, so the plain nature hides the power it imparts to its wearer. Previously owned by a wizard from Luskan, ooh, that's a nasty place, who was a member of the Host Tower of the Arcane, also a nasty place. So Luskan is north of Neverwinter, but south of Icewind Dale. It's kind of like the last big city right before you come around the edge of the Spine of the World Mountains and get up to the snows. And the Host Tower of the Arcane is a wizard's guild that is in charge of the city of Luskan, which is a city of pirates. So the Host Tower is basically like a criminal organization. They're sort of like the wizard mafia. He created the item to protect him as he went in search of exotic items for his research. Its power did not save him when he got into an argument with a high-ranking member of the Plague Rats, an organization of vile thieves and assassins in service of Talona. Precio bought the robe from the murderer several years later. Well, so AC 6, so it actually counts as armor. 3% magic resistance, +3 to save versus death. Not usable by... Oh, not usable by clerics. Maybe she was a wizard then. Yeah, she's the only one that can use it. Now, her current robe just gives her 20% cold resistance. That's not bad. But this one actually sets her AC to 6, which means that if she's wearing this... There we go. Then that means that she doesn't have to use these bracers anymore. We can sell them for cash. And also, she doesn't have to cast the armor spell anymore, y'all, because armor, see, sets AC to 4 against melee weapons. Okay, so the armor spell is still a little bit better. But still, that means when if she's not casting it or if it runs out, then, you know, her AC is still pretty good. Okay, anything else? One last thing. An ion stone. Those are very special. A deep red ion stone. Wonderful. Originally crafted for a master thief. It was found along with most of a gnome's skull inside the shell of a giant clam off the Sword Coast, although its power has since been used in more noble causes by hunters, weavers, and one particularly vain harpist. The stone remains an invaluable asset to those of a less honorable bent. So ion stones, if you're not in the know, these are magical gems that when activated, they just kind of float around you and give you a benefit. So, +1 to dexterity. She has 19 dexterity, so +1 would be pretty great for her. Sam has 15. It would be good for him as well. She's using dexterity more because it affects her armor class and things like that, but hers is also already higher. Things tend to change on even numbers, so that means it's going to be less useful for everyone else because it will just give them an odd number. So I think that needs to go to either Sam or Keishara. And he's wearing a helmet, and it's the helmet of charm protection, so since that takes up the helmet slot, that pretty much decides it. Go ahead and give that to her. That gives her 20 dexterity. So, wonderful. That will improve her ranged attacks even further and boost her AC a little bit. Very, very nice. We'll go ahead and give that a save. And now, let's see. We've got several containers here. I see. Ooh, is that a magic crossbow I see? Folks. Potion of absorption. Oil of speed. Both great. We'll plop those in the potions bag and see if we use them later. Oh, and she needs to identify this too. Hammer flail +2. So let's see. That uses flail and Morningstar proficiency. D6 +3 crushing, +2 to hit, speed factor 7, 15% chance of stunning. Now this is just a +1 Morningstar. It does deal more damage. And is a little bit faster. Let's see. This is going to be 4 to 9 damage and +2 to hit. This is 3 to 9 damage and +1 to hit. Okay, so actually this is better. This is better. This is an improvement, I think. And it uses the same proficiency, so nice. Now this, first magical crossbow we found, let's see. Heavy crossbow of speed +2. Well, you remember our original concern was, do we give him the heavy crossbow, which is much slower but deals significantly more damage? Or do we give him the light crossbow, which deals less damage but is way faster? Well, if it's a heavy crossbow of speed, I think that fixes the problem. So yeah, +4 damage, +4 to hit, speed factor 9, 2 attacks per round. This could be a big blessing for Mont Mick. So yeah, this is speed factor 5 and +2 to hit. No bonus on damage. So it looks slower. Speed factor is 9, but it shoots twice per round anyway. So it does shoot like about half as often as the light crossbow. but it shoots 2 times per round. So that evens out. Awesome. Well, now I believe everyone officially has at least one magical weapon. That's really great. Now we're really adventuring. So we still need a magic spear and a magic staff. But that can wait. We'll get there. Let's see what's over on this shelf. Ooh, bunch of cash. Lovely. Love to see it. Jewels. Prezio's War Journal. Ooh, and some very useful spells, it looks like. Okay. Haste. That is a great spell. And Hold Undead. Also a good spell. Both level 3. You know, we've been giving all of the spells to Keishara. I think that Sanne here doesn't really have any level 3 spells. She got 2 slots. How about we just give both of those to her? That way she can memorize one of each, and Keishara can keep her fireballs. Haste, of course, as a buff. That's going to be useful for a bard anyway. Hold Undead. That paralyzes enemy undead creatures. Great. Specifically affects the target enemy up to 3 hostile creatures within 10 feet of it. They are paralyzed. That sounds pretty great to me. There we go. Now, Prezio's War Journal. Let's see. Sam can carry that. A list of scribbled notes, it says. Marketh, leader of an unconfirmed slave force, formerly thief and assassin, occasionally working for various mercenary companies. Malavon Many Eyes, sorcerer of great power, usurper, drow, ? So he might be a dark elf. Shikata, beast from the elemental plane of fire, relationship unknown. That's getting weird. Arundel, spiritual leader of Kuldahar, archdruid, to be removed before he seeks aid. Well, they didn't manage that, so this must be a list of enemies. Hrothgar, effective leader of Easthaven, could be trouble. Suspect old enemy may remove him. That did happen. Everard, priest of Tempest in Easthaven, hard to read, may need to remove, could incite barbarians and locals to fight. Frost Giants, relationship unknown, believed to be making deal with old enemy, and we know that Frost Giants are the ones who set up the avalanche that killed Hrothgar and the rest of the caravan. Maiden Ilmadia, elven warrior, possibly a virgin, strange, seen skulking by the severed hand. There's a lot of words there. Auric, mage from Kuldahar, secretive, probably no threat. Yeah, we know he said he doesn't care. Brother Pokelin, traveling priest of Ilmater, strange icons on clothes, relationship unknown. And yeah, that was the disguised guy who came and like tricked the other Ilmatari priests, I think. Roster, 100 lizardmen, so 20 of those, 20 trolls, 60 cold whites, 5 undead lieutenants, 5 Histachi et al. Histachi, that's not great. Because, so what we've got here is we have a necromancer, we have a bunch of lizard men, we have all these undead, we have trolls, and now we have priests of Talona and Histachi. Histachi are... well, I don't want to ruin the surprise. Okay, one more container over here. Ooh, some more scrolls, good. And a bottle of wine, why not? Let's see. Vampiric Touch. Keishara can have that one. Confusion, that's a 4th level spell, so she definitely gets that. And Skull Trap. That can go to Sanne because Keishara already knows it. Vampiric Touch. That's a touch attack that drains hit points and heals the caster. Confusion, of course, sends people wandering around and acting silly. It's the only 4th level spell she knows, so we'll go ahead and memorize it in both slots. Well, that is a lot. That is a lot, kids.
Agreed.
Yeah, Hatheland agrees. It's good to be on the move again. That was a lot of treasure, but we still have a job to do.
Watch me go.
Let's see if there are any additional traps over here. Ooh. Let's try out this new crossbow. Okay, well he didn't hit anything, but it does shoot a lot faster.
Here I come, and the hells come with me. Agreed.
It's gonna be more of those. There's never just one cold white. Well, except for this time, apparently. Oh my gosh. I was literally clicking to him to search for traps. Oh boy. I love that he grunts angrily when he gets hit by the traps, like he's upset that he didn't find them. Or like he's just irritated that they're there. There's an explosion. Just, ah! Brass a fraggin' rah, rah, rah. Is there any more? Stepping on one always makes you nervous, you know. Or at least it does me.
Done.
Alright.
Done.
That seems to be mostly safe. Come on. Oh, really? Yeah, that irritates me too. Man, we're just going to have to dump all of his points into find traps, apparently, because it's like he's finding some but not others, and he circled that one around and around and around, and it didn't come up, so... That's almost all of this level, though. Great. Great, great, great. Are we done with Dragon's Eye? No. You know better than that. We haven't found the Heartstone Gem. Ooh, more of those weird snake statues. They're creepy. Well, there's a door.
Here. Agreed.
Yep. Knew that was going to happen. Yep. Okay, just step on all of them, guys. Sure. Well, that's alright, because in some of these Infinity Engine games you get experience points for disarming traps. And as I explained back at the beginning, it's like there's a kind of a finite number of experience points. It's difficult to grind in a game like this, which means that especially high level traps giving you a lot of experience points is like that's important. And so if you don't disarm them all, then you are missing out on experience points specifically for your thief, who really needs them to level up. But they've removed that feature in Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition, so I don't feel quite as bad, because triggering all of these, like, it hurts us and it irritates us, but we're not losing levels that we'll never see again, or the like. Okay, well now we're seeing some architecture here.
I'm on it.
Yeah, this is constructed. A banner displaying the holy symbol of Eldath, goddess of peace and tranquility. Well, sort of, anyway. Actually, she's called the Green Goddess, so it should be on a green background, but her symbol is a waterfall. Oh my, how did you get down here? Are you hurt? Well, let's see. No, you know what? We're good, actually. So who are you? My name is Albion. I am the exalted keeper of this Eldathan retreat. I'm sorry if I startled you. My students and I would never have expected...
Well, how did you make it down here?
Uh-huh. Yeah, see, I'm glad the characters are suspicious as well, because Eldath is the goddess of nature's peace. So why do you have a temple here? Mm-hmm. Eldath is actually like a pacifist goddess, the goddess of secret places of peace hidden away in nature, like groves and waterfalls and pools, that kind of thing. So this is a little odd.
Well, this is a sanctuary for Eldathan. We were drawn here when we dreamed of the foul pollution that was occurring in this area. Unfortunately, the trolls, lizard men, and other creatures are very difficult to work around.
Uh-huh. Why not just clean them out?
Kill them? No, no, my violent young friend. We Eldathan are devoted to peace. It is not a confinement on our lives, it is a liberation. We would rather die than harm our cousins in the caves above.
Huh. Well, that's great. Eldath is an awesome goddess.
It's like second nature to us, really. It's a very satisfying way of life. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Should we ask about the Heartstone Gem, do you think? Because this is super suspicious, right? Right? A bunch of pacifist clerics who would rather die than hurt all of these lizard men. And they're priests of Telona. There's a necromancer literally right outside their door raising an army. And they're in here just fine. And of course, we already have met one cleric who is pretending to be something else, Lyzan. So I'm hesitant to ask them about the Heartstone Gem. But at the same time, it is a druidic artifact. So let's see what they say.
The Heartstone Gem? Oh, it's a sacred artifact of Sylvanas, isn't it? I heard that it used to rest in Kuldahar, but that was lost long ago. Other than that, I don't know much about it.
Okay, then.
Very well. If you have need of our beds, you may rest here. Our leader, Shara, is located to the east. May Eldath and her peace watch over you.
I suspise. This just loops around, so that way you have to go through this way. Well. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Banner displaying the holy symbol of Eldath again. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and... If they're so friendly, they won't mind us wandering around and just getting a look, right? This rug is of extremely high quality and appears to be a foreign design. The recurring symbol of the pattern is that of a golden carp. Why did the Talonites have to come here? Oh, good grief. Tranquility is the state of nature. Remember this. That door is locked. The lighting on here is a little bit dim, so I hope y'all can see okay. I could turn my gamma up if need be. Kind of want to see what these folks say. Okay, so just generic things. This bookshelf we can't see on the other side of this wall contains a number of strange books with odd titles, from How to Serve Man to Ophidian Necromancy. That's a little odd. How do we even get in there? Where's the door? I don't really see one. Oh, there it is. Go in from the other side. Gilo the Librarian. Let's see what Gilo has to say.
Greetings, stranger. I am the librarian of this retreat. I am called Gilo. Can I be of assistance?
So I was wondering if we could look through your books.
Well, certainly, you may browse through any of the books here. However, the library through the door to the north is restricted to members of our community. Is there anything else I can help you with?
You have any magical texts? Maybe a spell book?
Yes, I do have a few scrolls I might be willing to part with.
Oh, wonderful. Have you heard anything about Kuldahar?
We don't get out of the sanctuary very often, so we don't know much about what goes on outside of Dragon's Eye.
Uh-huh. And what about the Heartstone Gem? You ever hear of that?
I know something about it. I know that it is an artifact of Sylvanas, and that it was taken from Kuldahar long ago. Other than that, I know nothing. Can I help you with anything else?
Okay, well, let's take a look at your spell scrolls here. Let's see. I was hoping he might buy some of this stuff, but no. Lightning Bolt. Polymorph Self. Ice Storm. Got some good stuff. Some level 3 and 4 spells here. The Great Pottery of Lurien. That's misspelled. That should be Luirin. Tending Ivy. Want to take these back and sell them to Girth, maybe. Fish on the Sea of Fallen Stars. What about this one? The Folly of Fury.
Right then.
We'll see about that.
I wonder if Gilo has anything, any spell scrolls. Oh, well. Had nothing to steal.
Orders? Agreed.
I was wondering whether he might have some we could have for free. We still need to talk to Shara the healer, but before we do, fill out just a little bit more of this map. Hello. Please excuse me. Yeah, what's on this shelf? Animals are your friend. On non-violence.
Consider it done.
Astrid should read that book. A book about non-violence. She'll love it. She loves fiction. Let's see. Some more books. History of the North. We already sold those to him, so they won't sell for very much. We'll just leave those be. He didn't buy them for a lot last time. What do you have to say? Peace be with you always. No, that one's locked too. Alright, well, we've gone as far as we can go without breaking in. So I guess it's time to go and talk to this Shara person. First, all of our items are identified. I do believe. But we can rest safely here, I think. Should talk with her first. Probably. So, let's have Sam talk to her.
Well met, traveler. I'm Shara, a healer. Can I be of some assistance?
Could we rest here? Oh, we already did that. There we go. Let's make sure... There we go. We'll talk to her about resting. Okay. Now let's go ahead and make certain... Yes, okay. Everything there looks good. We'll recast that. She looks cool in her cape and stuff. Now we have some questions for you.
Hello again. Can I assist you with something?
Sure. Do you know anything about the Heartstone Gem?
No. I'm sorry. I've never even heard of it. I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
Now the others knew something. Well, what about these abductions and monsters?
We live a secluded life here in these caverns. I don't get out very much. It's difficult with all the evil going on above us.
Well, so, we know something's going on here because we have some locked doors we can't get through, but we've got to go on. Let's check out this room. We didn't open it before. The Ballad of Dane Winterbush. A ballad, you say?
Good to me.
That looks a little bit different. Dane Winterbrush, not Winterbush. What's this? This dusty tome consists of fading, well-worn pages. Page after page contains notes and music, a chronicle of a bard trying to write a song to fit his tale. Inside the cover is scratched the name Dane Winterbrush. You could try singing the song if you wish. Usable by bards. Oh, a spirit appeared. With a song in the air, a ghostly figure appears before you, shimmering and transparent. This is new.
Blade. My old blade. Where's my blade?
It takes one last sad look at the party before fading away. Well, that's interesting. We will just have to hang on to that, I do think. Fascinating as that is, it does not really advance the story, does it? Okay, well. So, we have several locked doors. One here, one there. Some dead ends. And then we have this library. We know it's got some strange books in it, even if we're cheating a tiny bit. By looking through the wall, you know. Let's go and see if we can get into that room. Now it's locked. Okay. Well, we're going to have to do something. Yes, here we go.
What can Albion do for you, my friend?
Tell me what in the nine hells is going on. I've seen some pretty odd things walking through your den of peace. Let's just say, I was wondering if you could tell me about some of the things I've seen in your sanctuary.
Oh dear, what sorts of things?
I was looking at some of your carpets, the red and gold ones. Quite exotic. What did the gold carp symbolize?
Rising strength, a return to power. They mark the ascension of my clan to primacy in this world. It has taken us thousands of years to reach this position, and now that you have your answer, meddling buffoon, my kin and I will have to annihilate you.
I just want to know about the fish. No, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, we knew there's something weird. So you're part of some strange cult. That's no big surprise.
Have you ever been afraid of snakes, little one? Have you ever trembled at the sound of his hiss? You are afraid because you recognize a master race. Long before your kind danced on these lands, my people ruled on high. It shall be that way again, humanoid. All shall bask in the glory of Seth. None shall stand against Ixonome, his princess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you're obviously behind the abduction. Don't think you can stop me from finding it. Yeah. We just wanted to know about the carpets. We've exposed Albion and his cohorts as the snake-worshipping cultists that they are. Well, before we do that, Motmic leveled up in Thief. You know, I'm tempted to just... Yeah, I mean, we've been kind of keeping these even. I kind of feel like just dumping all of those points in there, honestly, because he keeps missing traps. But none of them have killed us yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, I guess. We'll keep up our pattern then. Okay. Well, alright, I guess. Yep. Turns out that Albion, the kind old priest of Eldath, is really an agent of some snake god. When I questioned him about some of the things I saw in the sanctuary, he went crazy, yelled something about Seth and his princess Ixonome, and then attacked me. So, well, there's Gilo. Oh, is that invisibility? Give that to him. It's a shame. It really is. If they had been priests of Eldath, that would have been really cool. Ooh, Bracers of Defense AC 6. Cool. Those are better than these, but they're the same as the Necromancer's robe. We can hang on to them for a bit, just because if we find a different robe, since she's not wearing any gloves or anything anyway, you know, she could always put those on to keep her AC bonus, and then, you know, maybe get something else from that. So.
Done.
Oh, they're all changing. You hear a lot of footsteps, don't you? Yep, here they come.
Time to turn this one down to size.
I'll try to keep this short.
Well, we've got a choke point, so I mean... Oh-ho! Did you see that, though? A Yuan-Tease elite. There we go. That's... Now we know the truth. Oh, and of course there are trolls. Of course there are. There we go. Standard procedure. We got a few more of those left. Shoo-wee. Oh, Albion's key.
I'm here.
Our key carrier can carry those keys. So yes, the Yuan-Tease are snake people. And it actually is canon for Forgotten Realms history that they were the master race here on this planet before humans and elves and so forth got here through like portals and things. Dragons and everything, they're all kind of like technically aliens. They came here from another world or from many other worlds on spelljammers, which are fantasy spaceships effectively. And they've been very upset about it ever since. They've been hiding in the shadows, waiting to take back their world. Potion of mind focusing. Potion of perception. Well, Motmic probably needs that. Flame arrows. Okay, there we go. It's another attack spell for Keishara. Shooting multiple firebolts. This War Journal. Secret Societies. And this is monster summoning. Keishara already knows that, so. Okay.
I'm on it.
Well, I'm glad we didn't buy lightning bolt and stuff from that guy. Would have been a waste of our money, right? Oh, there's Shara. Let's take care of her, I guess. Oh, get her. Oh, a Yuan-Tease. They're all blue. Oh, look at this, though. Okay, well, if they're not going to attack us right away. Then what we'll do is we'll step over here and just make sure that all of these fake priests have been put down. Yeah, and the doors are now open. So, okay. So that means here and here and here we can now go, and I believe we'll do one more quick sweep, but I think that all of the fake Eldathan who were in the corridors out here have been dealt with. Yeah, these all go to the same place. The High Ritualist. Welcome to our gathering, my friend. Would you care for a bite to eat? We were just beginning our dinner time prayer. Oh, well, we don't care. Nothing I like more than a quick bite of Kuldahar Villager. No, we know which one we have to pick, right? You monsters. We dare because we do not fear. Our God is strong and powerful. His handmaiden is as swift and terrible as lightning. The power of our clan has been waning for thousands of years. Our moon is waxing now, and it is as red as the blood of your weak and feeble kin, my friend. Well, screw you. Do you require a demonstration of our power, my friends? I will grant you one right now, and it will be as bold and terrifying as any dark dream you have ever slept through. For the terrible majesty of Seth. Alright, well, let's, screw this guy. My desire is for you to cast Fireball. Right? Nya. Alright, get them, guys. Now, see, that was an actually good fireball. Oh, there he is. Get him. Shoo. So yes, and the reason I didn't want to mention Histachi earlier, or explain what they were, is because I didn't want to give away what was going to happen. But there are different kinds of Yuan-Ti monsters. There are Yuan-Ti abominations, Yuan-Ti purebloods, Yuan-Ti elites, and all of them are like very iconic D&D monsters. And among those are the Histachi. And the Histachi are specifically they are monsters that have been created by the Yuan-Ti to be servants. Like, they turn humans into these weird snake monsters. Don't like that. In order to, like, tend the Yuan-Ti's eggs and that sort of thing. Oh.
To the butcher's work, then. I'm on it.
I'll do my best to keep myself out of trouble.
Oh, let's burn those.
I'm on it.
Okay, there's obviously somebody back here who is doing stuff. Let's find him. Is that him? Yuan-Ti Elite? No. Okay. We'll come back for things like treasure. We gotta find that summoner so that he doesn't keep making trolls. I hear more trolls, more Yuan-Ti. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Some lizard men. There's the High Summoner.
Infidels! How dare you profane our summoning chamber? This holy place is reserved for those of high class and solemn bearing. You will suffer greatly for your vile, corrupting intrusion into our domain.
You know what? We'll just close the door on the way out. So, yeah, you know what? Who is this? Keishara or Sam that got caught out there? You're not scaring us. Get them. Yeah. You don't scare Keishara. Get him. Ooh. Ooh, what do I see there? And now it makes sense why the lizard men are here as well, actually. Because Seth is a commonly worshipped god for them as well. A magic staff. Magic quarterstaff. Let's see if Sanne knows what it is. The Summoner's Staff +3. Ooh, a powerful weapon and tool. Was created by a powerful archmage Ubath of the Celestial Sign. Originally out of Aglarond, Ubath commanded great respect for his skills as a summoner of beasts and elementals. Unfortunately, his desire for power drove him to extreme lengths. His conjuring of extremely powerful entities from the lower planes is what eventually did him in. This staff is his most prominent legacy, was left behind slightly blackened when he was dragged away to Acheron. So, look at this. Can cast Flame Arrow, can cast Monster Summoning 4, can summon an invisible stalker with that, and it's also a +3 quarterstaff. That's pretty good. Bam! Alright. Finally! I'll just throw that old staff away. It won't sell for anything anyway. Excellent. She's got a great melee weapon now, and looks like Sanne leveled up again. Nice. Nice, nice. 4th level spell slot. Awesome. This is going really well. Okay. Let's have Motmic search for traps as we go on.
Done.
Ooh, there's a whole nother section over here. Let's go over here first. Keishara is proudly out in front. She's got her magic staff. She's not worried. There we go. And that comes out of this door. Makes sense, makes sense. Okay. Well, let's head back up here then. Before we go down that way, because I believe that that's the exit, and we want to clear out these rooms that we kind of walked through because they were enemies. You can see that there's a number of containers here. Let's see what's in them. Ooh. Potion of Strength, Potion of Giant Strength. Well, this goes to Hatheland. He's got a stack of them. Oh, and look at that. He leveled up. Cool. Excellent. And then these we're going to give to Sam. There we go. Those should have already been in there, really. Okay. Now you just leveled up. Are we sure there are no traps on this before we stick our hands in it? Oil of Fiery Burning, Antidote, and another deck of cards. That might be the blur deck. The Oil of Fiery Burning, Hatheland can hold on to that because I believe that's just like an upgrade of flaming oil or burning oil. Who has all the antidotes? I think that they're just in Sam's bag. Alright, Sanne, what's this? There's the blur deck. There we go. So, this one specifically, it says, secret procedure for manufacturing these cards were only recently recovered by the sorceress Hylia. Blur decks are thin ivory cards that are typically kept in a strong metal case, and when the owner of the cards wishes to use them, he or she simply needs to shuffle the cards and throw one up in the air. The value of the card, unknown to the user, determines the duration of the effect. These cards can be used to be employed by the warrior minions of Porg the Stout. His reliance on the cards proved to be his downfall when a group of adventurers using his cards killed him in his tower in 833 DR. So, there we go. It has 11 charges, and it casts Blur. We'll give that over to her for now. Alright, back this way. Into this horrible kitchen. Oh, there we go. This room's got something in it, surely. Probably a trap. Nothing? Are you sure, my guy? Okay, I'm gonna trust you. Alright. Let's see. That's a lot of stuff.
I'm ready. Sounds good to me.
Alright, you grab those arrows.
Sure.
Sam can grab these potions.
Okay.
And then we'll have Sanne grab these as well. Let's see. Arrows first. The Mace of Weal and Woe +1. I believe this is one of the things that Conlon and Oric wanted to actually sell us. So this is a mace. +1 to hit or +2 versus lawful creatures. See. Saving throws +1. 13% chance hit target is cursed for 6 rounds because unlucky. Yes, even without magical enchantments, very well crafted. Shaft is a bronze cylinder reinforced with a steel bar down the center, 6 thin bands of polished steel, 3 above the haft and 3 below the head. Head itself is egg-shaped, made of red-stained cherry wood, reinforced by decorative arcing bronze bands. Steel flanges stick out from the head in an asymmetrical pattern. 2 largest flanges bear extensive etching. One is a classical image of Timora with the word wheel in Thoras, which is an ancient language used by dwarves. The other is an image of Beshava with the word woe. Despite the delicate materials used in the mace's construction, it is exceptionally sturdy, and the history of it is largely a mystery. Sam can hang on to that. I don't think that's better than what we have. It's unique, but not necessarily better. Old Withery, +2. The original name of this odd blade is lost in the murky depths of the Sea of Swords. Crafted of magically strengthened Sahuagin bone, the weapon is believed to have been used by Quatoa in bizarre rituals. The handle is crafted from coral wrapped in Sahuagin skin. At one time, it was owned by Lockhart, a prominent adventuring thief and smuggler on the Sword Coast, and it was he who gave the blade its current name. So it is a +2 dagger with a speed factor of 1. 2% chance per hit of casting Finger of Death on the target. And if they save, they still take 2d8 damage. So it has just a very tiny chance, a 1 in 50 chance of instant killing the target, basically, is what we have here. Which is fascinating. That's kind of cool. These bracers, the flaming fists of Lin May, who was described as a woman of exquisite beauty and a hellish temper. Her family urged her to find a husband. She issued a challenge to the men of the land. Whoever could make her yield in single combat could have her hand. Suitors gathered from all across Karatur, which is the East Asia, broadly Chinese analog here in the Forgotten Realms, to test their skill. And although she fought with no weapons but her open hands, she bested every single one of them. They all left but one, a young man with kind eyes and a pair of gilded bracers, which he presented to her as a gift. No one can hope to tame your passions, he said, and those who would try will never understand your heart. May these trinkets serve as a reminder that your temper is your own and not to be controlled. Lin May did not marry that man, but she left home with him that day to seek adventure, and together they spent the rest of their lives in closer partnership than any husband and wife. Eventually the pair retired, and Lin May quietly disappeared from the annals of history. All that remains of her story are the bracers she wore, still burning with the fire of her untamed passion. So, +2 to hit when attacking with fists, 25% chance of fire damage, and burning hands once a day. So, usable only by monks, unfortunately. You can see nobody here is going to get any use out of them, but they'll sell for a pretty penny. That's a cool story, too. I like that. This banner is made of black cloth and has a white and gold character painted across it. Yeah, just a generic Yuan-Tease symbol, I think. Anything over here? Same thing. Alright, so all that's left then, I believe, is this statue. Surely this one's trapped. I have a hard time believing we found so few traps. I'm not upset, though. Okay, bunch of cash. Potion of giant strength. Some other potions. Let's see. What are these? Oil of the Serpent's Scales. Oh boy. +2 armor class for 6 rounds. Yes, very dangerous. When used, the target's skin becomes tough green and scaly. Okay. So that is a very Yuan-Ti themed potion.
Agreed.
Let's get down here then. That's pretty much the entire temple, except for this. Man. Looks like we've got a mystery on our hands, gang. Okay, but surely there's... Surely there's traps here. This looks like a very trappy room. Maybe the snakes are turrets? No? Okay. I'm trusting you, Mont Mick. Trusting you. Okay, down to the next floor.
Sidereal translations spell out chaotic events in your future. Beware.
Oh, this is my favorite part of the game. The odd little girl. Because, like, yes, she says weird stuff when she shows up. And there's not really much you can say back to her. None of these conversation options prompt her to say anything really different. Her response is always going to be the same as far as I know. The reason that I love her and love this interaction with her is not because of what she says, although that's cryptic and wonderful. It's because one of your responses to her that you can potentially choose is always something like this. Just imagine your character yelling this at this random little girl in a dungeon. Silence, cryptic harbinger of doom! And then she disappears.
I'm on it.
Oh, and there's some Yuan-Tease.
Turn back to avoid the tidal pull.
See, she keeps reappearing. Cease this malefic skullduggery!
I'll do my best to keep myself out of trouble. Stout sword and sturdy shield can take you far.
+1 arrows. There we go. We'll need some of those very soon, I think.
Agreed.
Dark plants are growing in this garden. It is time for your kind to seek safer pastures.
Begone, wicked deceiver! And of course there are rooms along the way. You will see this dungeon has a really cool design as we go through it. Ah. Dang it. Oh.
Guard.
Need to get out of there, this poison fog. Or acid fog. Oh boy. I really stepped in it, literally.
Here I come. And the hells come with me.
I'll do my best to keep myself out of trouble.
Phew. Unpleasant. So we need to remember, go slow and look for traps.
Aye. Right then.
Goodness. This banner is made of black cloth and has a gold character painted across it. It's that same one that we saw earlier. Man, they really got Astrid, but good. Look at that. Oop.
I'm listening.
Hello. Your days are numbered, warm bloods.
Hells come with me.
Yeah, but it's a really, really big number.
I'm not sure if lightning should
The hells come with me.
My goodness. Get 'em. None of them are dropping any treasure. I'm so upset. Oh, here. Motmic,
Guard.
you go first. Let's make sure that there's not anything scary. Aha! See, I knew. I knew. I won't step in it twice. Locked. Not for long. Awesome. Who needs healing potions? Who's carrying the fewest? Keishara. Let's give those to her. She has been getting hit a lot. Jewelry goes in the bag. Ooh. Scroll of Protection from Cold. Keishara can have that as well. She already knows protection from fire, so... Protection from cold, I think, will also be very valuable. Just unlock both of these. Some more cash, gems, a ninjato. Non-detection. That could be really useful. Let's see, what level is that? I think, oops, that's 3rd level? Yes. Maybe we can give that, yes, we'll give it to Sanne. And then she can use that instead of maybe hold undead after we get out of this dungeon and need it less. She can cast it on Motmic, in fact. Ooh. Found some stuff, guys. Put these gems over here. Potion of Fire Resistance. I feel like somebody's got some of those, but... Well. This. Bone Cleaver +1. This is a two-handed sword. Priests of Lathander created this weapon to fight the hordes of undead created by Merkelites across Faerun. The massive blade has changed hands frequently, as it is needed in different regions at different times. Somewhere along its history, the notched sword fell into the hands of a Zentalar soldier who was, not surprisingly, unwilling to return it to the Church of Lathander. The heretofore nameless soldier used the blade to defend himself against rival priests of Bane and wizards in the Zentarum until he was killed in battle by a triad of wizards, and they sold the weapon to the highest bidder a month after his death. So yeah, it's just a +1 sword, but it increases to +3 versus skeletal undead. Cool. We don't have anybody using +2 weapons, unfortunately, so we'll try and return it to the Lathander worshippers if we find any. Until then...
I'm on it.
Hoo-wee. Hope that trap doesn't trigger a second time. Have to be really careful. That was nasty. It did some real damage to us. Oh, there she is again.
Your moon is eclipsed. There are no more shadows. Only a corona that illuminates forgotten promises to the black devotees.
And I love this one. You can just sigh. Or you can try to be nice. Won't you please tell me what's wrong? But this is my favorite line in the entire game. Enough, red-headed stepchild of Acheron. Oh, of course there was a trap there. Whoa. There's more than one over there? Ah, there's a bunch. Awesome. More +1 arrows. She's got almost a full stack of those. Great.
Guard.
Those are very inconveniently placed. Hopefully we won't have to come back this way.
Done.
Whoop. Whoop. Back outside. Oh my goodness gracious. Keishara. I was going to try and get out for a fireball, but they just came too quick. Whoo-wee. Ooh. They're kind of serious about it.
To the butcher's work.
Death comes for you.
Oh boy. Okay, Hatheland, you take care of that. That's the first time we've had a character do their low hit point line. Okay, we're going to have Sam heal her, I think. We're going to need a big one, too. Here's our big healing spell. Cure medium wounds. The biggest one he's got, anyway. Oh boy, this is tense, suddenly. They just all seemed to aggro on her, so she was taking, like, every single hit. Probably because she's so fast. Whew-wee, that was rough. That's the closest we've ever come to losing a character, I think, y'all. Wow. Well, that's it. She's got a full stack plus some. Nice. Phew. Man. What are these? Arrow plus 2. Hey. And this. Some kind of bow. Messenger of Seth plus 1. Damage plus 1, Thaco plus 2. 3 attacks per round. Oh, wow. And it's a longbow. Ooh. Y'all. This wicked bow was crafted thousands of years ago for a powerful Yuan-Tease archer named Apali. The number of men, women, and children Apali killed with the aid of the bow is almost unbelievable, as the soldier waged war against humans for hundreds of years before he was finally laid low in Chesenta by a priest of Asuran, god of vengeance. Apali had killed the priest's great-great-grandfather in Chult over 100 years earlier. The item is easily recognized because of the red and black banding on the grip and the carved snake heads at the ends of the bow. The red and black bandings represent Apali's family from a caste of priests. The snake heads represent Seth, the god of the Yuan-Tease. So, speed factor 3, damage 1, Thaco plus 2, but hers is that defender, y'all. That's a really rough choice. That's a really rough choice. Because I don't want to give up those bonuses. I really don't. And also, this one does deal more damage and is slightly more accurate. But this one shoots so much more often. Okay, well, we'll just have to think about it. Because that's a rough decision. This is more plus 1 arrows. Awesome.
Agreed.
Let's see what's in here. Potion of extra healing. Alright, well, I think we know who needs that. We'll give these regular potions to, say, Hatheland.
I'm on it. Ready.
What's in this one? More arrows.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe plus 2? Yes, indeed. It's got half a stack of those as well. Oh boy. This must have been like, you know, the weapons vault for the archers. That's why there were so many archers here. Phew. We're going to have to heal Astrid a little more. Goodness gracious. Well, better than nothing. My goodness. Really?
Watch me go.
Alright, well. Oh, okay. That was very close. There's going to be a bunch of these, this whole section of hallway, I imagine. Oh, that's rough. We're just going to have to take them. Alright. Have Motmic see if any more of these floor tiles are cursed, as it were. Oh, he knew what those were. We picked up enough of them, he should. Give those to Sanne.
I'm on it.
Phew. Yuan-Tease treasure chamber, Yuan-Tease barracks. That's why there were so many soldiers there, you see. Goodness gracious. Oh, and right away, of course. Oh, that's a Hitachi. Yep. Honestly, I feel bad for these guys. Like, killing them is basically just putting them out of their misery. I feel like they even kind of sound like they're in pain.
I'm not sure about this.
Okay. All those Hitachi, those are servants, so this must be either some kind of servants' quarters, or we are getting close to maybe like a hatchery or something. Oh, yep. I believe that's exactly what it is. Some kind of like potion chamber, you know. More +1 arrows. Excellent. Excellent. She's starting to really build up a stack of them now. Hopefully there won't be as many traps this way. I'm going to take it a little bit slow. Well, until they force us to join the fight. We've got to close to melee. Oh, yeah, and there's a dead body. This is a torture chamber. Yes, indeed. So this is probably where they make the Hitachi. Keishara still has a couple of slots left. Let's have her check these bookshelves. Ooh, Dimension Door. A teleportation spell. We've seen them use it before. Excellent. And hey, Potion of Genius. Well, she was the perfect person to check that shelf. Ghost Armor. All right. That's a pretty good spell as well. See, it's an upgrade of the armor spell. Cumulative with dexterity effects and with shield bonuses if you're a fighter mage. Doesn't hinder movement, no weight, doesn't prevent it, lasts until dispelled or until it runs out. So it's a lot better than the regular armor spell. The only difference is it lasts 1 round per level as opposed to 8 hours. So, still, great for fights. And you can cast that on other people instead of, just armor automatically casts on yourself. Ah, okay. That opened a secret area down here.
I'm on it.
See, that section of wall moved. Oh boy. The High Torturer. Oh, what a great office to possess.
Ah, a visitor. Stay still for a moment. I can't see you clearly. My eyes are no longer strong. Have you come as a student or a patient?
You can say a student and maybe fool him, or a patient. Now, of course, a patient is probably going to be somebody who gets tortured. Let's lie to him and we'll say a student, maybe?
Excellent. Itsunome finally listened to my requests. Now, children, if you are to become truly cultured in our society, you must learn the fine vocation that I learned over 1,000 years ago. It is the most graceful, demanding art that our society has produced.
And what exactly is that?
Well, torture, of course. It is the method by which our people have gathered information for thousands of years. When purebloods like you are few or ineffective, we must rely on much more direct means for learning about our foes.
Oh, yeah, torture's great. Nah, I don't care what secrets he has to tell. Hatheland's not going to be into that, right? Only vile creatures like you would think of torture as an art.
Damn these weak eyes for failing me. No matter, you will suffer all the same, weaklings.
Yeah. Whatever. We got your number. We're not scared of you. Shoo. Nasty. Ooh, check this out. A ring and a halberd. Another magic halberd, of course. A ring of pain amplification. It's a good thing nobody's wearing this one. Look at this. This cursed ring fuses itself to the wearer's finger, only coming off if a remove curse spell is used on the wearer. While in use, the wearer suffers extra damage from all melee attacks. Leviatarians are known to create these items and distribute them throughout the realms for their own amusement. Leviatar is the goddess of, like, torment and pain. So, yeah, reduces all of your resistances. That's awful. That is awful. Maybe we can pick a boss monster's pocket or something and stick it on them. This. Derek's Rest +2. Doesn't really have much of a special ability, but there's a 10% chance of inflicting sleep on your target. That seems actually kind of counterproductive because, like if they're asleep and then you hit them again, the next attack will wake them up. So you'd have to retarget every time. Let's see. Motmic can put that in his bag. Sonic can identify this. Throwing axe +2. Returns to the wielder's hand when thrown. Awesome. That is really good. So that's basically, that means infinite ammo. But nobody's using throwing axes. Maybe somebody will, though, right? That seems a very Astrid thing to do, and she hasn't picked up a ranged attack yet. Is it just axe proficiency? Yeah. Huh. Well, we'll have her hang on to that. Play it again, Sam. Let's see. Those are... yeah, more oil of the serpent scales, so we'll actually give that right back to him, back in the bag. And then... this is Mirror Image. Awesome. Keishara needs that. And Ice Lance. Another good attack spell. Mirror Image makes fake copies of you so that you're harder to hit, because attacks that target you, single target attacks that target you, have a chance to hit a double instead. Ice Lance is just a single target, really hard hitting spell that can potentially stun people. That's 3rd level. Yes. So I'm thinking we're down a fireball anyway. Let's get an Ice Lance. That's a good single target, like a boss killer spell. Okay. Moving right along.
Agreed.
Phew. Have to make sure Motmic is searching for traps. Yes, good. Really?
I'm here.
He found one and somebody stepped on one at the same moment. Wild. I swear.
Agreed.
Okay. Peek through there. Do you see any traps? Do you see anything? I'm relying on you, my guy. We are all rooting for you. I know more than that one section of hallway is full of traps. See, like, come on. That whole other section was just full of traps, and we're supposed to buy that there's nothing here.
I'm on it.
When we walk the whole group in here, somebody will find one. No? Oh, I am very surprised. I'll just take this corridor very slowly. Oop. Yuan-Tease priest. Oh, rush him. Rush him. Oh, no. Oh, boy. I think it might be time for that other fireball. Get him, y'all.
Here I come, and the hells come with me.
They're starting to run out of ammo. It's okay, we got this. Get him. Get him. Whew. Okay. That was a well-placed fireball, and Astrid didn't die. Okay, so this throne here has got an item in it. Like, you know that's got to be trapped, right? Surely. Surely. No? Really? We're supposed to believe that? Okay. Well, I'll be darned. Maybe it really wasn't. Okay. Now we're seeing some interesting stuff. Darkened Glory +2, a katana. This weapon was originally owned by a young officer guarding a diplomatic envoy from Karatur. When the envoy's caravan was ambushed by a small band of Yuan-Tease raiders, most of the guards were quickly dispatched during a surprise attack, save for one wagon and the young woman defending it. In wave after wave, the Yuan-Tease charged at the officer, and in wave after wave, they were cut down by the speed and fury of her steel. At last, the leader of the Yuan-Tease raiders faced off with the young woman, and although he did finally overpower her, he was astonished by her skill. The katana she carried was recovered and later enchanted by a high priest of Seth. The once graceful blade was tainted by dark magic, and now guides those who wield it to inflict the severest of wounds upon their enemies. That's pretty good. Casts Curse on the target every time you critically hit, and plus 5% chance of scoring a critical hit with this weapon. So instead of critting on a 20, you'd crit on a 19, you know. That's pretty good. That's very solid, actually. Too bad nobody's proficient with katanas. Studded leather armor +2. Nice. So that's just better studded leather. So we have 2 people wearing studded leather. So who has the lowest AC? Motmic has 6. Sanne has 1. So Motmic gets it, since that's all it does. It has no other special powers. Oh, due to other magical equipment. What? What else have you got that's... Oh, this is giving him +1 to AC. And also all of that. Well, there. That actually lowers his AC more. This resistance, though... There. She's been getting hit a lot, so that bonus to AC and the fire and cold resistance, that'll be really good, even though she's already got the ring of free action. But his AC's lower, so we'll just we'll stick with that for now. We can always swap things around later.
Done.
That's the Hitachi Creation Chamber. That's what I was thinking of. That's what I thought that other place would be. Check for traps. Oh, ooh, ooh. Everybody stop. Stop what you're doing. Stop dead. Disarm that one. See, I knew. Now, why didn't he see those before? I ask you. Phooey. Yeah, this is, sorry, I didn't see your comment a second ago. Yes, this was, this is 2nd edition D&D, so Thaco is here.
Orders? Agreed.
Oop.
Watch me go.
Phew, those traps are making me nervous.
Agreed.
Whoop. Well, get him. This poor Histachi. I mean, they retain enough of their minds that, you know, they kind of become actively evil after being changed, but they don't choose to become Histachi for the most part. Some people probably do, but it's like a really horrible creation process. It's almost as awful as becoming a mind flayer. So it's difficult to believe that anyone would willingly do it. The High Baptist. Oh my god, how many more high somethings are we going to fight?
Interlopers, you should never have come here. I don't know what harm you've already done to my kin, but you will pay for it when we twist your flesh into a Histachi breeding machine.
Yeah, see. Okay, the 3 of you shoot him. There we go. Awesome. See, a lot of these were like peasants. They were being mind controlled. So by killing him, we freed them and didn't have to kill any of the villagers. Phew, that was close. Can we talk to any of them? There we go.
Thank you for delivering us from the spell of these evil creatures.
You're welcome. It's all in a day's work. There we go. 20,700 experience points.
Thank Ilmater, I got through that all right.
Indeed. Better thank somebody. The baptismal chamber. Shoo. Kids, we're almost to the end of this. Okay, back on trap duty. Well, charge, I guess. We got this. We got this. Oh, now they're beating up on Sam. I can hear him. Oof. Get in there. Phooey. Oh, oh, and there's a trap. There's another trap. Oh, there's another trap. Lots of traps. My goodness gracious. But of course, I mean, like, it's irritating to step in them so much, but you can hardly be upset when, you know, they use a good strategy, which is, let's make a line of traps and then stand behind them and shoot people, and anyone who, like, you know, tries to charge us and attack us in melee while we shoot at them will step in our traps. Whoo-wee. There were a lot. See, they threw us. There were none in the other section back there a minute ago, so they put a bazillion in this area. Oh, that critical hit, though.
See you to your grave. Time to turn this one around.
Oh, boy. Astrid's out for blood. And so is Hatheland. I don't blame him. She's been getting battered. And not in a good way, like fried chicken battered. Nothing here, really? Nothing at all?
Done.
Oop. More baddies.
See you to your grave. Time to turn this one around.
A little fire and lightning should light things up.
Phew. The Rooms of Bleeding. Ugh, that's an awful thing. This is, I think, where, yeah, dead bodies line this wall. They are hanging on meat hooks, decapitated. Holes in their heels likely indicate that they were hung upside down so the blood could drain out of their necks. Yeah, this is the butchering room where they take, like, captured humans and turn them into meat. Disgusting kitchen table stained from untold human bodies butchered on it. Ugh.
Sounds good to me.
Shoo. Let's collect this stuff.
Sounds good to me.
What is that? The Bitch Queen's Envoy +2. Ah, interesting. I think this is an amulet. It might be a shield. Representatives of Umberlee, the so-called Bitch Queen, she's the evil goddess of the sea, were given this shield to display to the court of Astitia, who is the good-aligned, or neutral-aligned at least, god of water. On trips to the elemental plane of water, it protected its bearers on numerous occasions. Envoys of the Queen of the Sea rarely abused the powers of the device, but it only took one mischievous priest to lose the item. Legends say that Heron of Umberlee used the shield's sanctuary to attack and destroy a number of elementals before the water lord Astitia shifted the priest to the para-elemental plane of ice, where he froze to death. From there, it's believed the shield floated around the planes for many years, only recently resurfacing in Faerun. So yeah, +3, and water elementals ignore the bearer in combat. Well, we only have one person using a shield, don't we? No, we do have two. But he's already got a magic shield, so there we go. Nifty. Astrid's got a magic shield, and she deserves it. She's had the crap beaten out of her. Shoo. That is Potion of Fortitude. Into the bag, in case somebody needs it. Potion of Healing. We'll grab those. We'll give those to Sam. And I believe I saw some armor. Looks like chainmail. Baleful Mail +2. This armor was crafted in 1221 DR by a Dwergar smith, working for a vengeful priest of Bane named Alari of West Waterdeep. During Alari's early days in the priesthood, he frequently provoked and attacked agents of Sunni. Unfortunately for Alari, Lady Firehair's followers employed charm magic to cease the Baneite's antics. She's the goddess of love. Bane is the god of tyranny. Once he'd been charmed, Alari was commanded to perform all sorts of embarrassing actions on the streets of Waterdeep. After many years, Alari decided to honor his god of hate by creating a suit of armor that would protect him from charm magic. He communed with the spiritual minions of Bane to discover the materials and rituals necessary for the suit's creation. Following his master's instructions, he murdered 13 married couples and had their wedding rings woven into the hem of the mail. He then killed 13 elves and bathed in their blood, uttering prayers for 13 hours. When he was finished, his armor protected him from the magic of the Sunnites and filled him with irrepressible hate. Alari went on a crusade against the agents of Sunni, Lyra, and Hanali Selenil for 3 years. His killing spree ended when elven archers and priests of Corellin Larethian laid a trap for him on a road going north from Waterdeep. My gosh. Immunity to charm and confusion spells, charisma -2, Armor class 3, so it's really good armor except for that minus to charisma. That's one of those things that we're probably just going to hang on to and then we'll sell it, I think. It's got some useful powers, but dang. Dang, fam. Throw those other shields down. Make some room. We're getting to that point, aren't we? But it's okay. This is about it. That's why there was such a guard on this door. We are approaching the end. Phew. Okay.
Ready.
He's still checking for traps.
Agreed.
Here we go. Big nasty room at the end of a dungeon.
It has come to this, has it? I did not expect a group of natives to interfere with my vendetta. Why have you come here killing my minions?
Well, creepy little girl. We can accuse her of everything. Came here to rip the Heartstone Gem from your cold, dead hands. They were swiping people from Kuldahar. What vendetta do you speak of? Let's see. Hatheland knows there's something going on, right? What vendetta do you speak of?
My vendetta is none of your concern. Your involvement in this matter is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. A mote of dust floating for a moment in a sea of time.
We can help her, huh? Why did you steal the Heartstone Gem?
Interest in the Heartstone Gem is personal. I have been waging a war for quite some time. This world is simply another battlefield. The gem is one of several instruments I use to fight my battles.
What is this battle all about anyway?
It is a war of principles. It is a campaign waged on behalf of fundamental truths. Oceans of belief wearing away at basalt pillars of understanding that have held up the simple religions and philosophies of worlds like this for millennia.
Okay, what principles?
Freedom and order. On the surface, one of your kind believes that these two principles can coexist without conflict. When one scratches the surface, your skin bleeds philosophy. When one gnaws down to the bone, one finds me.
That's a really good line, by the way. That's just a really good line. So, but what does this have to do with the Heartstone Gem?
The gem is an item with incredible powers of divination. Only those with special relationships with the natural or supernatural may use it. It gives sight beyond sight, even penetrating physical and magical barriers in its revelations. I am not using it to cover up my affairs. I am using it for personal reasons.
It gives sight beyond sight, you know, like the Sword of Omens. So, there's a problem. Yeah, the cold is killing everyone in town. We need that gem.
You cannot have it. It is mine. When I am finished with it, my faithful servants will have it. If they fail in their plans, simply take it from them. I have little patience when it comes to incompetence.
I like your attitude. God. So, yep, we need that gem. Hatheland's not here for it.
You have just destroyed a good portion of my army and are now demanding that I hand over more resources to you. I believe I will be doing the taking now. Pray that your souls are prepared.
Well, odd little girl, here we go. Hope y'all are ready. Let's start with some protection from evil, I think. Oh, she's wearing armor. Let's see. What else can we do? Protection from fire? No. Let's get some magic missiles in the mix. We'll spend that on her. There she is. Ixuname. We'll have our archers take out their archers. And our front line is going to go and engage her. Let's try a confusion spell. Oh, man, they already took her down. Whoa. Okay, well. Let's, how about we smite? How about a smite? Bam. Let's just do this. How about another magic missile? This person's already wounded. Get this guy.
Time to trim this one down to size.
Alright. Man. Phew. There we go. Oh. Oh my god, there's still traps in the boss room. Phew. Well, Ixuname herself turned out to be, like, less impressive than she could have been in the face of Hatheland and Astrid. That was a pretty good fight. Phew. We got some level ups, too. Motmic leveled up. In Thief again. Excellent. Let's go ahead and we'll keep to that. He's not been sneaking, so I've just kind of quit putting points in it. Sanne leveled up as well. Awesome. Another level 3 spell slot. What shall we put in there? Non-detection, I think. There we go. Find those traps, my guy. Random scream in the background. Sam leveled up randomly. From what? Oh! Oh, that was the Heartstone Gem. Oh my god, I just put it in... Gosh. We completed the quest by finding this. A large amber-colored gem the size of a child's head. The Heartstone Gem is allegedly a Sylvanite artifact that used to rest in the town of Cuchara. It reputedly has great powers of divination, but you have no idea how to use it. That's why it was lying on the ground instead of a treasure chest, because it was on Ixuname's body. What is that? Oil of Speed. Into the bag. So Sam leveled up. Level 1, 2, and 5. Awesome. Awesome possum. Well, let's see here. Another cure spell, maybe. Level 2. How about a silence spell for some of those enemy spellcasters? And level 5. Wow. So now we're getting into Champion Strength. Chaotic Commands cure critical wounds. Flame Strike. Greater Command. Magic Resistance. Mass Cure Light Wounds. So that's our first AoE healing spell. Raise Dead, y'all. Repulse Undead. Righteous Magic. Righteous Wrath of the Faithful. Shield of Lathander. True Seeing. And Undead Ward. Well, we're fighting more powerful enemies that are hitting more than one of us. I'm going to start with a Mass Cure Light Wounds, and then we'll go from there. I think the next thing will probably be a Flame Strike. Ooh. A Magic Helmet. We were just talking about needing one of those. Dead Man's Face. Armor class +1, charisma -2, but immunity to horror and cloak of fear and protects against critical hits. Cool. We're going to have to... There we go. Create some space, I think. It's alright, don't mind creating space for treasure. Potion of Heroism. Thank goodness for these containers. And another Potion of Hill Giant Strength. Excellent. Man alive. Ixonome's chamber. See, now you can kind of see the snaky outline. That's a lot of locks to unlock. Phew. Everything is so full, I'm going to have to click in here multiple times. I hate that. I apologize. I know that's like inventory management is never thrilling to watch. Gosh, there's probably somebody out there who is like very ill-advised. They've made a game of like just that. There we go. That'll help. Put that there. The Heartstone Gem over there. And there. Now he's got 2. And this, a magic belt. I think that's the first one of those that we found. Ooh, and of course it's cursed. Reduces your strength to 6. Gross. What's next? Bunch of skulls. Don't need those. There we go. Some more gemstones. Okay. Phew. Well, that is another major threat overcome, y'all. So. Geez. So, Pete, that big long snake, and here, of course, at the head of the snake is where Ixonome was at.
I'm on it.
So, yeah, we've done a lot. We've recovered the Heartstone Gem, we have stopped Ixonome, and we've freed a lot of villagers, confronted all of these Yuan-Tease, cleared out Dragon's Eye. It's time to go back to Kuldahar and deliver the Heartstone Gem to Arendelle so that we can figure out what's really going on. Man. But we have done a lot for tonight. This is already much longer than I usually stream for, so I'm going to have to bid you farewell here. I want to thank you for joining me, for being a part of the adventure again this time, as always. And please be sure to subscribe if you're enjoying yourself. And go over and check out my YouTube channel where you can subscribe and like up this video when I upload it tomorrow. I'll have it over there. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Pillow Fort as well if you use Pillow Fort. The invitation system is coming out sometime this month. Twitter and Facebook, I try to post a lot of updates in case something happens if I have to start late or if I'm going to do an additional stream, that kind of thing. So be sure to follow in all of those locations. All that social media is linked to each other, and you'll find it below here and on all of those other locations as well. So, once again, man, just so much happening, and I really appreciate you all being here. So join me again for the next episode of Icewind Dale. Same time as always, next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is Miami and New York time here in the U.S. And, as always, thanks for playing.